Welcome to my stamping friends. It's Marilyn Wagner here, Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. I would like to welcome each and every one of you, if you've been here before or if you're returning. Either way, you're always welcome here. So I'm just going to leave the camera turned on my desktop for a couple minutes while I make sure everything's working. And like I say, want to welcome you here. It's great to have this crafting community, and we love chatting with each other, so please keep doing so. So I see there's a few people there, so I'm going to switch over so you can see me. Thank you for coming. Whether it's your first time or your umpteenth time, I love having you here. So while I'm going through my usual thing of what classes I have and whatever's new with Stampin' Up, please put in the comments, what is your favorite, at this time, Stampin' Up tool? And do you have it? I guess that's another part to it. I personally love the paper trimmer. I love the Stamparatus. I use the Take Your Pick tool daily. I use the bone folder all the time. But there is a new product in the mini that was just released, and it is on page 67. So I'm wondering if you have the blending brushes and if you're going to purchase that stand for you. I do not have the stand. I do have some of the brushes, and I don't use them as much as I should. So that may be something for me. So as I say, please come on, um, comment to each other. We love seeing that community. And if I can't spot a question and answer it as we go through, I'm sure there's other demonstrators on here with us who will. And I will go back afterwards. So you can see my current host code. We have our 12-month of Christmas cards, the second Thursday of each month. We had that today, and we're started on the Christmas cards for 2023. And we're loving it. We have a great time together. If you want to join us, just let me know in time to get the kits to you if you're in Canada. If you would just like the PDF and a copy of the video that we record unedited, let me know that as well. We also have a monthly card class the third Wednesday of each month. And these are both done on Zoom and recorded so that I can share them with whoever has registered for the class. And then, of course, last but not least, is our famous Zoom with Friends class on Friday. And I know a number of you on here do enjoy coming to that, and I enjoy just always seeing you there, and lots of laughter and good camaraderie that happens during that class as well. So once again, comment. I will try and read them as we go. I will switch to that now and see what I can see. And just a reminder, I see somebody yet with Facebook user, is the Christmas card class on Facebook video? No, it is not. The Christmas card class is recorded on Zoom and sent out to those who register. And whoever made that comment, I cannot see your name. If you do want your name in the draw that I do at the end of this class for one of 5 cards. I have cards that I've been swap, and I have cards that I've made, and I love sharing them with all of you. So if you do not have your name, if you have not given StreamYard permission to share your name, all that it's going to say is Facebook user, and it will not appear in the draw. So I see someone there who says, do you see my name in the comments? The answer is no. So if you go back to the the event, there is a link to StreamYard there, and it's not hard. You just do it on your, you have to do it on a computer. We discovered that you cannot do it from an iPad, but if you do it on a computer, your name will show up in that draw. Otherwise, I do go through all of the names I have drawn from last week's card. I go through all the names manually and enter them in a random draw wheel. So there's a chance that you could win there. So I'm seeing Linda, Judy, tuning in from Texas tonight. Welcome, welcome. Gail, I know you're not home in Canada at the moment either, so welcome as well. Good to see so many names and that I recognize. Thank you all for joining me, and I am going to keep on going. Anyone hearing me glitch? I'm standing still, Stacy, so I'm hoping that that's not happening. I will be closer to the mic here in just a moment. I had in prior times, I had tried using a mic attached and it didn't seem to make any difference. So it's just easier if I don't have to be tied to the, the whole thing. So let me switch down and I see Kim, I see Karen, sometimes a bit jumpy, but it's still good. Thank you, Karen. I see Bonnie, I see Terry. So yes, Bonnie's saying that's Ines. Ines, if you recall, a few months ago, I helped you one-on-one. You have to give permission on your computer. It does not work on your iPad. So give that a try. Or if you're on YouTube, if you go over there, you do not have to give permission. So you might want to try that as well. Okay, here is my desktop. As you know, our celebration is happening. It is for $60 or $120, you get 3 items. And the one I'm going to use tonight is this cute, cute, cute little adorable owl. We have lots of others, and I have some samples. Some great paper that you can pick from. $120 gives you a free one there. Awesome paper pack here, 40. And the host one, if you have an order of $305, I had that incorrect the other day, so I'm correcting now. An order of $375, this will be automatically added to your order. And if you don't get it, please contact Stampin' Up. And of course, the best deal ever is always join my team. And right now you have 3 different options. The first one is you can pay an extra, I can't remember the amount. It's a value of $80. Uh, you pay $175 and you get $225. You get the blue one, or you can, if you don't want the blue, you can get a white one, or you can sign up for $135 and you get $225 worth of product. So a great deal. If you want to know anything about that, be sure to reach out to me. I'd love to have you on the team. Ines, your name is showing now, so good job. You did it. Good to see. Okay, the mini catalog, as I mentioned, please let me know your favorite tool. And I wanted to point out in the catalog this blending brush storage with the smaller blending brushes. In case you're interested, they are different sizes. Yesterday, I did a catalog launch with some of my team members, and Bonnie actually has this, and she showed it to us in that. That is on our Facebook group page, and you can go back and watch if you want to see it closer up and whatever, because she did have the actual product there, along with her card that she made from here. So great job. So lots of things in there. And let me know, don't have a catalog and don't have a demonstrator, I would love to help you out. So here are some cards made with this stamp set. Okay, I'm seeing Facebook user says, I think the take your pick tool is my favorite. I use it the most. So good for you. It is a great tool. So the Adorable Owls is a cling set, which means it is the red rubber. And it's got these stamps. I've got a few of them out because I'm busy doing things with them. But it's one of the greatest um, cutesy sets that's in the Sale-A-Bration. For every 60 for $60 order, you can get that. So this card was sent to me by Brenda. She has fussy cut because there is no dye to go with it. She had dyes for the clouds, it's your day, a little bit of twine, some sparkle, and the little owl is just flying away. Isn't he cute? And of course, the blue talks to me lots. This one was by, pardon me, by Donna, and it's a different fold. And she's got her owl is blue with a little purple tie and matching paper there. This is one that I did for that swap, and my owl is a different color again to coordinate with the paper. And this paper is from the Sale-A-Bration pack. And this one I had seen posted by someone, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember the name, but thank you, whoever did it, because this is the one I'm going to show you how to make tonight. I purchased this die a while ago. It's a one-piece die called Dots and Spots. And I got it, and when I ran it through the cardstock, it wasn't even on the sides. And any of you that know me know that I'm kind of particular about that kind of thing. So today I sat down with it and I took the measurement here on my grid paper, which I found out that I cannot operate without grid paper like that. So it is worthwhile having on my desk, whether it's the big one or not, because there is a smaller one you can get that fits in the Stamparatus. So I measured it, and I've cut myself a piece of white, Mr. White cardstock. I have, well, I thought I did, a card base. Oh, here it is. I was going to say, I'm sure I had all the pieces here. The card base I have this time is thick Whisper White. And I'm going to die cut this, and then I'm going to show you how I trimmed it to get it to fit on the black like that. The black is the regular, I believe, 4 by 5 1/4. So it would be our, what we call our second layer, usually. And let's bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I had someone ask me if there was a way to prevent these from warping like this. I have not found a way. In answer to the question, I always have one plate for the bottom and a different one for the top, and you can tell because this one does not have all the gobbledygook on it. So I do keep mine like that. If you're cutting a die that is square like that, always try to put it on an angle. It just goes through your machine much better. And I'm just going to lay that on there. Because this is warped the way it is, I can put it like this and push down on it, and it will go through. And I'll try not to jiggle the table too bad. Or I could turn it the other way. It's sometimes a little more difficult to get it to go through. But this die, for all the cuts I've done with it, works tremendously without back and forth. You can see all the polka dots that are left there. The other suggestion, I've reached out to a couple of my fellow demonstrators, and please, if any of you know of a way to stop it from warping like that, comment and let us all know. I've reached out to a couple, and they've said another thing that you can do is leave your plates in the center. What I would do in this case, probably clean it off first, but leave it in the center like that so there is pressure on it. And that might, Linda, one of mine is extremely warm. And the other thing I always do is try to flip this top one back and forth depending on, like cut one way and then the next one the other way. But otherwise, I don't have any foolproof way. I watched a video, and it was YouTube that someone had posted, and she said her husband was some kind of scientist, so she had him talk about the characteristics of the plastic. Pardon me, and she used boiling water and put it in a pan and another pan of weight on top. I tried that and it didn't work for me, so I'm not going to recommend that. So when I get this, I don't like the jagged edge. So what I did first, if you lay it on your trimmer, you can see that it's going to cut in between. So because I have 5 1/4, this one to me could be 5 is going to hit those. So I'm going to go probably 5 and, well, between those two. I wasn't too concerned about what size. I just wanted it neat and trimmed. Then the same for this way. This one is 4, so I definitely don't want it any larger than 4. And I'm going to trim it off there. And then again between those two. So Stampin' Up has been pretty good to us by giving us that opportunity. And there is my, oh, look at that. It's still not right because it's less than 4 or more than 4. So if I go, that one is under 4. Try that one. There. So now I have just a tiny border. Actually, it's tiny all the way around. It's even. It's even. So that's what I would do. And obviously, it doesn't have to be done that way. But for me, it worked. And like I say, that die is great because there's no poking out of pieces after the fact. So then to put it on, I did use my liquid glue and I just went between the holes around and mainly made sure I had some on the edges. You could use an adhesive sheet. I'm sure some of you are thinking, why did you use an adhesive sheet? But, and then I wanted a few, whoops, not in the hole, around like this, just to hold it in place. So, hey, Carmen, good to see you on there. I thought I'd seen a thing saying you couldn't come tonight, so happy to see you there. I am glad to see everybody, and if you're watching the replay, I'm happy to see you do that too. So there is my layer, and it's going to go on my card like that, and then we're going to put our little owl on it. So again, just used my liquid glue, and for those of you who did find my paper share and ribbon share, I'm working on it. Still waiting for one roll of ribbon to show up, and hopefully over the weekend I will be able to get those together for you, and I will let you know when they're mail or ready for pickup. It is great paper. Again, if you watched our video yesterday, we showed a lot of the paper. And if there's any of the paper or anything in that catalog that you would like me to show you, sorry, I'm reading a comment. Be sure to let me know. Tracy, do you save confetti for the shakers? I do sometimes. I did save in the fitting floret when you cut the oval heart out, you get little hearts, and I saved those and actually sent some of them to the gals in the card club. They said, "What the heck are you doing?" But pardon me. Okay, lost another piece. I had. Oh, okay, it's underneath there. I wanted to show you this gal today that I was watching was from Lolly and Sand, and she commented on using her bronze for the eyes, and I thought that was a neat feature. Did you notice these eyes? Let me find a pointer. Let's see if I can. I used a little tiny bit of this pearlized enamel effects for his white of his eyes, and thought it just kind of made them pop. So I will probably do that again because I cannot send this card to anybody till next week anyway. So I'm going to stamp him with the bow tie because I want to color it. And because I'm using blends, I'm going to use Memento ink, which works with the alcohol based. And just try to I have re-inked that recently, so I have to let it dry just a little bit or do something like this with it to get him to be usable. The other thing to remember with your alcohol inks is that the blends, they do go through the paper. So even a little bit like that. So just be careful for that if it bothers you. I am going to use this time the Parakeet Party. That's the dark one. I want the light one. And I'm going to just color his bow tie. And I'm not going to color much of the rest. I know that some of you are kind of intimidated with the shading, the coloring, whatever. You don't have to be. You can color as little or as much as you want of these guys. I am going to give him blue eyes again because I don't think, although I should look at those other cards, maybe some of them had eyes matching their bow tie. And I won't put the pearlized enamel on there until the very end because I want it to be able to dry. I'm going to use gray and just, he's going to have a little bit on his ears, a little bit around here, and maybe a little bit darker later, and a little bit darker there. And I see that I didn't get a, and then I'll use a darker gray. This is Smoky Slate. And, oh, I've got the brush end out this time. Oh, well. Either one works. I recently watched someone and they said, be sure is that the smaller one for that? Let your first layer dry before you try blending. And I find that it dries so quickly that it really doesn't matter. And I probably did it backwards. I should have used the dark where the light is and vice versa. But so therefore, on this little guy, he may end up all the same color, which is okay too, to have him colored. The other thing that we've been hearing is that your watercolor pencils work awesome for this. If you do not want to use the blends, the watercolor pencils are great for coloring. And the gal that I was watching today, that Lolly and Sand, she said you can have an owl any color you want. So just carry on and enjoy the process. I am going to just grab a mango melody and use it for this part, just for a little bit more color. And that will be our owl. So, what colors would you use? And you can see what happens on the back side for those. So then I'm going to mount him with some dimensionals. And probably we'll use just 4 of them across. Well, in a circle, whatever you want to call that. And place him kind of there. Then I have It's Your Day, and that's from that stamp set as well. And I want to put it here, so I'm going to put mini dimensionals so that it will hold it up the same level as that. And any of you who did watch our catalog reveal yesterday and saw the psychedelic things my computer was doing, I want to let you know that it was a Zoom problem. Right after the session, I did reach out to my brother, who is very knowledgeable with computers, and sent him the link. And he looked at it and he said, "Oh, I think your computer's had it. You better start shopping." And I really don't like doing that. As much as I like computers, I don't like transferring over from one to the other. And so He says, to get by, if you've got an old computer, why don't you just use it for your lives? And I said, okay. So I, because I don't throw many things away, dug out the old one I have, and it started, and I was all happy. And then it quit. It had a problem with the fan, and it would not keep running because both my brother and I couldn't remember why I'd replaced it 4 years ago. But anyway, so then I went and contacted our son, and he had an extra laptop. I got it, I tried it, loaded Zoom and whatever on it, and it also did the same thing. So I thought, okay, this indicates to me that it's a Zoom problem. So lo and behold, I reached out to Zoom, sent them some screenshots and some information, and they got back to me fairly quick and said it was a problem they are fixing in the update on Monday. So any of you who do use um, Zoom, just be aware that you probably should be updating when they have updates because it will fix things like that. So, okay, I'm seeing. Oh, one of my kids. Okay, I'm just going to spotlight this one, Carmen, because it's a good comment. One of my kids knows lots about owls and gets mad when I use unnatural eye colors for these. So I'm assuming if I would have used green in there, it would have been unnatural, right, Carmen? Let us know. So yes, please keep commenting, and I love reading them all after the fact if I don't get to them now. So I will a couple dots, and it's really you notice I used sorry I was busy chatting with this, but some of this in color twine for a bow, just to give it a bit of coordination there, and then I'm going to put just a dot, and then try not to touch it, but you don't need much, obviously, of this, and it just makes it shine a little bit. So there is our card. And then I want to show you what else that gal did. I'm going to set that up there so I don't, I know you can't see those, but the other thing that she did that I thought was really neat was she took that particular stamp and she stamped it. Let me put this where I can get at it. Just all over her card layer. And that is our regular piece that we put inside the card. And it was random stamping. And I'm not very good at that because as you know, I like things being exact. So but just to make a background, then she took her blends in various colors and colored in the bow ties. So I'm going to, just because I want to get some variety here, I'm going to grab Flirty Flamingo. And I'm sure some of you remember, I know back 50 some years ago, it was a thing to have the guys' shirts matching your dresses if you were in a wedding party. And sometimes they were pink or purple or whatever. So you could do that. Then you could do in blue. Oh, look at, I have to fix that. Forgot about that one. I'll use this blue. And I won't do them all, but I just want to give you the idea. I'm going to use a green because I have it here. Oops. The owls are my favorite. Yes, they're becoming my favorite too, Carmen. So a green, and you could use the brush end for these, but I find a little more control over this kind. So what Gal did with that then, once she had them all done, it was the background of her card. And she took one of the word stamps. I think it was "You're a hoot or have a hoot," and just stamp the words and cut them out, put it on. Um, I don't remember if she had a background color to match it or not, but I thought, what a neat idea. And I thought I would share it with you. So hopefully that gives you some more inspiration as to what you can do with the owl stamp set. I'll just bring those back down. And you saw these from before. And then I do want to show you a few others. Try and see if there's anything. Maybe they have colored contacts here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Or good thought. Okay, other things in that Sale-A-Bration catalog that you can get for $60 order is Thanks a Bunch. Here's one card with it, and I've seen ones with the stamps turned the other way for aspen trees. And I just saw another one today that was really, I thought, well, got to remember that. Can't remember it. I have to tell you another day. So that is another one there. Then we have Sending Court, which is on page 9. Just words, beautiful words. Sending love and thoughts and prayers. This little dragonfly is in the mini catalog. And then it's for Here for You Always. And that's a really neat fold for that one. And this one, there are so many ways you might feel right now. Alone should not be one of them. So true with that one for sure in this day and age. So that's another one for $60. This is another one in the country. Just 2 stamps, but look at what you can do with them. Aren't they gorgeous? I love both of these. And so easy. You don't have to do difficult things. You don't have to think, oh, I could never do that or whatever with it. And last but not least, this is a $120 one. And it is a 2-step one. So you would stamp, well, this stamp has this this piece goes in it. This one has these two, and this is the kind of thing you end up with. And one thing that I've seen others do, and I will do Facebook Live at some point because I want to see it actually in action, is if you stamp the inside pieces first and then stamp your black over top, it makes it pop that much more. So that one has For a Very Happy Birthday. And this one is another fancy fold with just different colors. So that gives you an idea of what can be done with those. And any questions, comments? Always thought the penguins were going to be my favorite. But now the owls have stolen my heart. Yes, Karen, I agree with you on that. I want to do puffy paint on the country and make it a winter one. Yes, good idea. Please share when you do. Okay. Um, just share the cards we made today in our Christmas card class. Not all of it's current stuff anymore, but we enjoy making cards together. So we had that one, we had this one, and we had this one with this paper. And of course, these papers are retired now, but I had enough for the class. So the ladies were quite excited about that. Cards I've received recently. I saw Tracy's name on here. Thank you, Tracy, for sending me this one with beautiful message inside. It I don't have any of that, so it's really nice to see it in person. This one by Marie, and she reached out to me after because I said, "How did you do that?" Look, she cut the same die with yellow and blue, and then she placed these pieces back inside. Isn't that gorgeous? What a great idea! I don't remember that die. I don't have it, but and she's done her little created by as a label on the back, so that's really cute too. This one is one that Diana shared with me. It's got some of the white glimmer back here. It's got white embossing on black, which we always love black and white, and some embellishments and some ribbon. and a little stamp on the inside. Love it, Diana. Thank you. And another Christmas one from Iris. And this one I've done before, and I did get a lot of comments on YouTube when I had posted it on there. Is you take a piece of designer paper, cut it corner to corner, flip the two, put it on, really easy to do, but very effective. And last but not least, Karen, who's on here, taught us this one in our Zoom class last week. It's a really neat fold called a window something. Um, bay window. Say sorry, Karen, couldn't remember. And we just use whatever paper we use anything that we have because we don't send out paper for this. It's just the whole class. Somebody teaches it and gives you instructions beforehand what to have ready, and then we do it together. So I ended up doing two of them because quite often when I cut the paper, I want to have two of them. So those are my cards to share with you for tonight. So anything else that we need? I'm going to take this out of there because I don't need it. And oh, Tracy says that card was a swap from Nancy Collins. Thank you, Nancy, for sharing. Yes, Karen, bay window. I finally remember the name of it. This card is what we did last week. And as I mentioned earlier, I do draw from everybody's comment on YouTube and Facebook between now and next Thursday when I do the Facebook Live. And the winner for this one is Lynn. So Lynn, if you can just message me and let me know that you've seen it, and make sure I have your mailing address, I will send that off to you. Okay, so anything else? Nothing that I see pressing right there. Oops, wrong button. Present. I'm going to go over to my share wheel, which is this one. And it says there are 15 of you whose names are in the draw. And I'm going to spin the wheel. And we will see who we can get for our 5 cards that I'm going to mail out. Still, StreamYard has not allowed me to remove players like that, so you may end up winning more than once. And you can see your name going by on the screen. Insignia beside her name. Again, as you're watching and comment, please. I love watching YouTube videos and other videos, and there's so much to learn and share that I would love to share with you. So, so be sure and comment or send me a message. Doesn't matter. You comment on here though, because like I say, I do read them all. So and thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to, if I can click the right buttons. Yes, congratulations to all the winners. And like I say, thank you for me. I really enjoy these meetings that I spend with you and love sharing whatever I can do with you. Let me know that if there's anything that you really, no, not anything that you really, anything that you would like me to share with you. I'm more than willing to give it a try and see what we can do with it. So until next time, if you need me, you know where to find me. Just reach out. Take care now. Bye.